Girls, how doing today? It's Inga Roleplay here once again. Today I want to talk a little about the second build that I've started in Path of Exile, and this is my originally planned League Starter Summon Raging Spirit Necromancer. The reason why I wanted to play this build is I have very good memories about the build. I returned to Path of Exile in patch 2.6, and that was after 2 year gap between the Diablo 3 and Path of Exile. So I got back to it, and the first build that I played was SRS Spectre Summoner Necromancer. I wanted to summon everything that I possible, and of course my build sucked. But it was the first league where I made into the somewhat the end game, and I killed Shaper. And I have very fond memories about SRS, and the skill itself has been buffed over the past patches. Has been different supporting gems. The accuracy has been buffed, so I wanted to see just how much damage it does, how viable it is for the end game, and I wanted to reinvent the build. First of all, I was totally surprised by how smooth leveling was. Totally blown away, because the most smoothest experience I've ever had was with the Golem Mentalist build, and this build literally surpassed the Golem Mentalist build in terms of smoothness of leveling. Granted, you need to be prepared for it to be smooth. I had everything like the tabulars and all the gear, like the Wanderlust, nothing crazy like Toniel's Caress and all the shit that you normally do as you level up, but overall it was fucking a retarded speed with leveling. I literally went to maps in 1 day, which was the fastest leveling I've ever had so far in all my experience, honestly. Another thing that I made to like 77 or 79 in the next day, so literally 10 levels plus, and then on the third day I was already 87, almost 88, so I'm pretty much already in the end game in just 3 days, and this is some mathil speed right there, I believe, right? So the build feels and plays extremely smooth. I also managed to boost up toughness a little bit. Another thing that I want to say is about the Legion itself. I had my concerns and doubts about how the build procs the Legion, and it actually does a good job. I think it definitely not mind-blowing, because you actually need to be pretty close to the fat Legion mobs and chests for SRS to start attacking the Legion. It's not the best Legion farmer, definitely, but it does the job. It does the job pretty nicely. It is a little tricky, but you can get used to it, and it does the job. Another thing that I underestimated within the build is my original gear setup that I used in Path of Building. Unfortunately, some of the items just didn't work when I started playing. I wanted to use Devouring Diadem for the Flash of Fist and Eldritch Battery, but when I started playing, I quickly realized where I fucked up, because Eldritch Battery protects your mana instead of a life. And so effectively we need to go and play Mind Over Matter with the Eldritch Battery, otherwise you just get hit by chaos and it all goes to life directly and you fucking die, and like any damage, it goes directly to life, because initial does not protect life anymore. So I got fucked really fast, and I realized that Devouring Diadem just doesn't work as intended. It's only for the Mind Over Matter builds. I fucked it up, and I started fixing this. I fixed it for good, and it is now even better. Another thing is about the delve. SRS is just not very good for delve. When I started delving, I quickly realized that there are problems with the delve and SRS. SRS are homing missile. You cannot target them really. If you point the cursor, nothing really happens. They somewhat fucking like homing, taking missiles. They just jump everywhere where possible, and they just attack everything they see. They can aggro, and in Delph you just get stuck in the monsters. You need to literally spawn SRS for every pack that you see. Like, you need to spawn SRS for every pack. Everything you see, you need to cast SRS, and this is how it works. This is of course very different if we compare it to the specters and skeletons, because skeletons and specters actually follow you and tag along, and you can convocate them for the specters, so it's much easier with the specter build and skeleton build to play with the delve. But with SRS it's tricky, and this is probably one of the cons of the build that I personally discovered when I started playing. But overall it's a fantastic experience. Another thing that I want to say is that somehow I already spawned Uber Elder almost there. It literally, the Elder spawn near the Sheeper, and I decided I'm gonna just go and spawn Uber Elder with this. I'm still on a 5 link, terribly undergeared, level 87. I did all the labs, but still, you know, I'm pretty undergeared, like level 18 gems. But I killed Sheeper Guardians yesterday, 3 of them, deathless, with melee splash, because I forgot to put my extra damage gem on it, and it was a pretty smooth experience. I was surprised. Not very fast, but once again on a 5 link with melee splash, guys, and I did this deathless. The sustain is there, and pretty surprised by the build, and the build guide will be coming next week for this, like the original plan I had before the leak. And I'm happy that I did not release the build guide before the leak, because like I said, I fucked up with some of the gear choices. I also fucked up with some of the skill gem choices. So now it's all shaping up really nicely, so stay tuned, guys. Stay on stream, watch stream how I'll push the shit into the end game. I think that tomorrow or today we'll be trying this with the Uber Elder, because it's literally almost there on the map. This is it, guys. Thanks for watching, stay tuned, and see you soon. First of all, I would like to thank you very much for watching the video. Your likes and dislikes, especially, as they push me forward even more. If you want to see more content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I do daily uploads of role-playing content, be it builds, guides, let's play, stream highlights, and upcoming RPG games. Also, don't forget to follow my Twitch stream to catch me live in action. I do stream daily on working days. I'm a full-time YouTube content creator and a Twitch streamer too, so if you want to support me, you can do it either from Twitch or by PayPal directly from my website angryroleplayer.com. Join my Discord channel too for a place to discuss RPG things offline, as well as follow my Twitter to be notified on any new content. If you want to get extra information like sneak peeks into upcoming videos, plans, different behind-the-scenes footage, you can also join the Unholy Army on Patreon as well, guys. Thank you very much once again for watching, listening to all this. See you soon.